It's round number 1 of the SRL Blaze Designs Cup Series, the Shui Media Daytona 250 from Daytona to start off Season 3. We've had a pretty interesting start to the season. 2 teammates winning their respective duels. It's going to be Trevor Huff and Aaron Schugel lining up, or Corey Lyles and Aaron Schugel lining up front row. So we got an exciting field here. I believe 40 cars, if not 41. Not mistaken. So it's going to be an action-packed race, 100 laps. Decide the winner of season 3. It's been a while, but I am back here, River Page producer and lead commentator today. So I'm excited to get this one going. Just a couple minutes left, nearing 1 minute left in the final practice session before the race will get underway. Of course, no qualifying. The field was set last week with the duels from Alexander Balderas, and now the drivers will not have qualifying. They know where they're starting, and so they will get one last, maybe a little pit party in going. Got a couple packs rolling around right now, and then the race will get underway. Just about 59 seconds left, and it's Aaron Barnacle, number 66 machine, all by himself. This Matco Tools Ford Mustang is the fastest in practice. Matthew Brower in second. Of course, these lap times don't really mean much. These guys have been running in packs the whole time. Not really indicative of how the race is going to go. As you see this pack coming in for green flag pit stop practice, which would be great to see. Always fun to get to see pit strategy here at Daytona, so we can see how that happens. Dominic Barbagallo is third. He's not on the track anymore. Caleb McKinney in fourth. He's also not on the track, or he's not in on my screen. Kellen 18, Kellen Belsha in fifth, and the rest of the field looks like they're going to come on in, and that will end practice. And so we'll get the grid to you here in just a second. If I am correct, still a couple cars left out on track. Then we will go green here from Daytona. You see the 66 on pit road, and as the ticker turns from green to black, the session is over. And the race is live as the drivers will get onto the grid. 41 cars. Today they're going to have 3.5 hours to duel out just 100 laps. That time will really not be effective. We'll get those 100 laps in 100%, and it's going to be Aaron Schugel on the pole alongside his teammate Corey Lyles. So we should expect to see these guys working together. I think you'll see this 91 and 56 being the dominant force of this race. They really shouldn't have to fight each other. I believe one or the other is just going to get in line, control this race, and that's all they're going to want to do early on. Riley Marabello and Malachi Drake, third and fourth, lining up row number 2. Nicholas A. Martinez, some of you may know him as Floppa on this channel, will start 5th, and Connor Asbell in 6th. Ryan Rose and Juan Escamilla in the 4th row, 7th, 8th. Jason Brady and Greg Kalhoff will line up the top 10. Then it's Caleb McKinney and Blaze McKinney, 11th and 12th. And Doelty, Adam Boyles on row 7, 13th, 14th. Cole Denton and Dylan Pass in row 8, 15th, and 16th. Row 9, Gio Turpin and Trevor Haley. Row 10, rounding out the top 20, Sam Brochu, Season 1 champion, and Tyler Coleman in P20. Then it's going to be Andrew Cootie, row 11, always a third at the Super Speedways. I think you should expect to see him coming up towards the front very quickly. And Michael D. Kenner in row 11, P22 on the outside. Joseph Lewis on the inside of row number 12, and Spencer Morris with him. Row 13, John Lynch and Kellen Belsha in the 18. Row 14, Trevor Huff and Wyatt Roberts. Row 15, Dominic Barbagallo and Connor Downey. Row 16, Michael Wolf and Jason Alexander. Row 17, the end of the field, Shockey Tarpley and Aaron Barnacle, the fastest in practice. Row 18, Rodney Roberts and the number 4, the James Thurston look going on there, and J.J. Hill on the outside of row 18. Xander McKinney, row 19, in the number 1, Glenn Brundren in, I believe it's going to be 38th on the outside of row 19, rounding out the top 40, Matthew Brower, Troy Holman, And the final car in the field is Barrett Palmas, all by himself. He's got a row all to his own. He'll start 41st, so a huge field here. This should be exciting. This track, 2.5 miles long, a little bit smaller than Talladega, a little bit skinnier than Talladega, and that is going to force this huge field into a pretty cramped space. As you see the field coming off of turn 4, the lights on the pace car. We're going to get one more pace lap as the drivers will get a little sight down a pit road, find their pit box, get used to it. They're going to need to hit pit road at least 2 times, if not 3 times, for fuel to make it to the end of today's race. Aaron Schugel, your pole sitter, will roll down. Pit road, exits pit road. The leader, Corey Lyles, in second. Teammates on the front row, looking to start off this year right as you see the field coming off behind them. Now they'll roll back up to the pace car one more time into 1 and 2. Get the season started. The 2 dual winners, first and second. Dual 1 results are on the inside, so Marley Marabello came in second in his duel, and that would be duel 1, so he's on the inside of the first row. The outside row, row number 2, is the results of the second duel. Corey Lyles, the winner. Malachi Drake came second there. Nick Martinez in 5th. Connor Asbell in 6th. They were the 2 third position finishers in their duels, and so the field will roll down the back straightaway one final time. Pace car lights are off, the field doubled up, ready to go green. This should be an exciting one. We had some difficulty with the session early. Another one put up. Everyone's ready. It's been a highly anticipated return to this league. A little bit of an extended off season as the admins and the ownership group tried to get some things sorted out. And we're finally ready to race, and as this monster field rolls off turn 4, I've got to see if my computer is able to handle this without making some graphic adjustments. We got a huge field again. This is going to be an exciting race, to say the least. As the field will come off of turn 4, led by Aaron Schugel and Corey Lyles, the Ford Mustang. Dark horse pair, the pace car, takes the hard left onto pit road and into the restart zone. We are green for Season 3 of SRL. Coming down off turn number 4, Aaron Schugel clear of the field, ahead of his teammate in that Wawa 56. Schugel will lead lap number 1. Ahead of the race, EPI number 16 to Marabello in second. Now he will get up in front of his teammate, just as I thought they would. They're going to try and work together, and the caution is out. Already cars further back in the field having trouble. And we see a yellow flag, although I'm not sure what it's for. I don't see any smoke. I don't see any cars spinning. It might have been Barnacle. I'm not really sure. All too well. What's the cause of the caution is for here? Get a replay here. I don't see any cars spinning around here. In the back, it might be because my computer's not rendering in the whole field. There it is. So there's the contact. A little late on the caution. And unfortunately, even though my iRacing settings are pretty tuned up, oh, there's the contact. It's the 38, and then he just comes off the screen. It's unfortunate. I mean, I can assure you that I have all these cars loaded in, but now they're on him. He won't pop away. We'll see what happened there. Oh my gosh. What a hit. So this is Troy Holman. He is currently 40th as he had to pit and come off the racetrack after that hit. That probably blew his motor, and that might end his race. So he is all the way in the back of the field here, racing for almost last, and comes down and just not clear in front of that 22 of Michael Wolf. Hits the apron, shoots him back up across the nose of Wolf, and that is a fact. For Troy Holman, who is not on the track anymore, and so that could be our first car out of the race. We'll see if these guys decide to come down fuel or come down pit road and top off on fuel early while they're given the chance. It looks like Schugel is going to lead Corey Lyles and basically the rest of the pack down onto pit road. Connor Asbell in as well. It looks like Malachi Drake is going to stay out. I think that could be bad for him unless he gets another caution. I think these guys with this pit stop are going to be able to make it on just 2 stops, if I'm not mistaken. But while we watch, make sure that my graphics are all sorted out, because that should not be happening. As I have every car rendered in, but turn the graphics down a little bit. Just a massive field, and it looks like that the drivers aren't the only ones struggling early. Draw all cars. So just make sure everything's set up correctly. Even though I'm sure it was, I believe this is going to be an iRacing issue. I think we're all sorted out now, as Aaron Schugel comes out in second. The only car that didn't pit was Malachi Drake. Going to be short 3 or 4 laps on gas, but they only ran one of those laps under green. I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal for the 09. Have to wait and see as the pace car lights stay on. I believe this is going to be 2 to green, coming to 1 to go as the field will get lined up. And back racing. Once again, didn't even make it 1 lap before the first incident of the race involving the 38 of Troy Holman and the 22 machine of Michael Wolf, who's up in 23rd right now. Saw the contact with him. He made it out basically unscathed. Troy Holman was not so lucky, as one of the 6 cars currently not on the track, the 66 of Barnacle, back in 37th. Barrett Palmas in 38th, but Troy Holman, Adam Boyles, and Dylan Pass not on the racing service right now. That 79 there, P38. Oh, there's Boyles. Dylan Pass and couple others off the racing service, but as the field comes in to 1 and 2, the choose cone, it looks like Aaron Schugel is going to be on the inside to try and push Malachi Drake out in front. Still having issues with the rendering, which is unfortunate, because it's set to all cars, just an iRacing issue. So we'll see if that doesn't fix itself or it can get changed before the race is over with. As 48 of Nick Martinez is gonna blink out a little bit on the outside. Probably gonna do a little dance. Not something you want to see. You're deep in this packed 40-car field and you see the guy in 4th disappearing off your screen. It could be a big scare, and he could end up lagging all over the place and hitting your car. Hopefully that doesn't continue on for the 48 for Floppa, and he can stay in the race, not lag out. Continue his quest for the first victory of Season 3, the SRL Cup Series. And as the field comes into 3 and 4, Malachi Drake in the 09, who has got the field behind him. A little less fuel again than the rest of the pack. You can hear him saving fuel. Go back to that camera angle. You could hear him, see him in 5th gear, turning the car off, pushing the clutch and turning the car off, just trying to save fuel. He wants this track position, but I don't see where the benefit is, because he was up in 3rd or 4th and he stayed out on the track. Now he'll shift it down to 2nd. Riley Marabello on the outside, leading the top row. As we come back to green to restart the race for the first time, it's going to be Malachi Drake leading the field to green. Bad start for the rest of the field behind him. Schugel got way hung out, along with basically the whole top line. Super stretched out. Drake with the advantage, but Riley Marabello has the push, and the 16 is going to get sent out by Martinez, taking the lead. Clear the 09. Schugel gets to his back bumper. Off of turn 2. See, that top line really unorganized as that Michigan State machine. Connor Asbell gets up in line. Marabello out in the lead, but not quite clear. Big surge for Malachi Drake on the bottom. He's going to get the lead. Schugel in tow off of turn 4. That top line definitely has the benefit. Off the corner, Schugel onto the apron, leads the whole field to follow in tow. That gets that whole line checked up, and it will be Marabello and the 48 of Martinez clearing that bottom. And then some. They get a car length or two. One car in the wall. Further back. I believe that's Barnacle in the 66, but he kept it straight. No caution. Off of turn 2, Riley Marabello out in front, 7 of 100 laps. Complete this time by Marabello, blocking both lanes. Gonna stay on the bottom here as that outside surges up ahead. Juan Escamilla in the 86. Looking to lead a lap off of turn 4. Oh! He almost gets turned off of the corner by Asbell, but he will hang on to it and lead the lap as Asbell drops down. The 72 underneath, and the caution is out again. Bonus for it, maybe for Trevor Huff. Is way back in the field. Looks like he was lagged out at the time. Man, that's so unfortunate. There's the spin. That was way up in front. A bunch of cars spinning down into the grass and just disappearing. So dumb. I believe Corey Lyles may have been one of the cars involved. But unfortunately, we just can't see it.
Had that net code not been there, it could have been your fault, but I don't know.
A couple of cars go for a spin, and unfortunately, we just can't see it. But up in front, Nick Martinez, Juan Escamilla, Connor Asbell battling it out. So, I assure you that this issue is going to get fixed, because it's not. I hate to say it, but it's definitely not my fault. iRacing is attempting to load in every car, but it just can't for some reason. Be able to come into pit road. Gio Turpin, the race, or was shown as the race leader, but of course, still going to be Escamilla as the timing and scoring comes back in. Race car lights are on, and we'll take a quick break and come back to you for the choose cone, the second restart of tonight's race, lap 9 of 100. 8 already in the books here, Daytona.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Field makes their way off turn 4 and to the front straightaway. We'll get the choose cone here. We'll get a camera on it this time. Juan Escamilla, the race leader, ahead of Connor Asbell. As Asbell dropped down, probably would have taken the race lead into turn 1 if not for that caution coming out. Escamilla will go to the outside. Asbell will drop low. Greg Kaloff goes up to the 86. Martinez goes to the inside. Trevor Haley to the outside on the 25. Cole Denton, Gio Turpin, Jason Brady, Xander McKinney, and Andrew Cootie, the top 10. And your front row sitters, nowhere to be seen. Aaron Schukel down on pit road. I think he's dropping back to be with his teammate. Trevor Huff is way in the back of this field. So the 91 started up on the pole. He's outside of the top 20 right now. Ford in 30th, just behind Riley Marabello. 2 of the lap leaders so far today. We got some new faces up in the front, trying to get a lap led and establish themselves as a force to be reckoned with for this race. Field will make their way into 3 and 4. Escamilla on the outside is the race leader, despite maybe not looking like it. He'll poke that nose out in front, choosing the top to be with the 63, and I think that's the right choice to make. That outside will surge ahead down the backstretch if they even get some sort of help versus the bottom. So we'll see how this plays out. Escamilla in the 86, Asbell 72. The pace car will make the hard left off into pit road for the 3rd time today. We will go green from Daytona. It's Escamilla on the outside. And a big push to the inside. Escamilla did not go. And Connor Asbell in the lead. He got a push from John Smith. Or Nick Martinez here from Floppa. And they're both going to end up in front of Escamilla, who should be the race leader. And I believe the caution is out again. Caution is out. And it looks like we have had a wreck in the back. So we'll try and see what happened there. A confusing start. Right on 4th, Aaron Schuch. Oh, a wreck on the restart. So that is the... I'm not sure quite who that is. That Home Depot machine. Really Marabello right there. The 54 of JJ Hill, who's behind him. And a restart. The big stack up. The 35 must have missed a shift. Connor Downey. The 35. Let's get a little on board with Connor here. In 2nd gear. With the rest of the field. He gets some speed built up, so we'll go back further. Way in the back here, outside of the top 30, gets a big run, runs right in the back of the car in front of him, and just stops. I'm not really sure what happened there. I was assuming he had maybe shifted to 1st instead of 3rd, but he just hit the brakes. Maybe he just hit the brakes instead of the clutch or something. I'm not quite sure how that would have happened. Going, and then he checks up. I'm not really sure what the 35 was planning there. But he gets spun around, doesn't get hit. no damage, maybe some right rear, but I just don't really understand what the plan was there. Connor Asbell, the race leader, still ahead of Martinez. Those two were on the inside. Asbell was not the leader, but he went earlier. He got pushed. There was some pretty confusing events just then. And that will put us under our third caution of the race. So I'm trying to see what happened there. And if something's going to be done to those drivers on the bottom that just seems like they went early. I'm not really sure what happened there. Juan Escamilla on the outside puts him all the way back to fourth on that restart. We know how much that lead matters. The track position here very important, maybe more important than any other track, because you can miss the nearly guaranteed big one that happens in these iRacing events at Daytona. I don't think I've ever seen a race at Daytona without at least one big wreck right in the middle of it. And so the field will continue on as normal. It looks like Asbell is just going to be given the lead. I think that was just a slow start for Juan Escamilla. Try and go back and see what happened. We're gonna have to go back quite a bit. I can only go back 60 seconds at a time. This is under the caution. We'll go back one more. Oh, wow. So this is on board with Escamilla. 1 second here, but it looks like Juan Escamilla just waited to go until he was through the restart zone, and Nicolas Martinez was waiting for that. So after he saw that he didn't go, gave a big push to the car in front of him, and puts him out in front here. But one more time from this view. A super late restart. He might have been in the wrong gear. So on board with Escamilla here. Rolling into the restart zone, we'll get another view from that roof cam that is movable. And doesn't go. So really confusing situation right there. Juan Escamilla is pretty far back now, as not sure what's going on right here. My iRacing is seemingly having some issues right now. Connor Asbell is the leader. The field rolls into 3 and 4. Martinez on the bottom. Looks like Asbell chose the top. So Flop on the bottom. Connor Asbell on the outside. Then it's Jason Brady and Cole Denton. Juan Escamilla back to 6th as he chose the outside. Losing some more spots. Pretty unfortunate. He was the race leader. It might have been a planned move there to try and get that car in front of him. That Connor Asbell machine. But we will never know. Third caution of the race. Before the guys that wrecked made it to the green, the pace car is off. And we are green once more. Connor Asbell way early in the zone. He's going to stretch his lead out 2 or 3 car lengths before he even makes it out of the restart zone. Backing up a little bit to Denton, the 46 machine. Martinez gets up behind him in 3rd. Then it's Escamilla in 4th. 5 cars on the outside before the first car on the bottom. A absolutely horrendous start to the inside lane, and they are thinning out. by the mile. Down the back straightaway we go. 3 cars up in line, connected. The 46 pushes the 72 of Asbel. Martinez in third, looking on in. No passing being made. These guys are just going to ride in line here. I think they're already getting tired of these repetitive cautions. So they're just going to stick to each other off of 4. The bottom lane trying to make a surge. It's Sander McKinney. The number 1 machine making his way up as Martinez will drop down low. No block from Asbel. He'll get a big push from that bottom line. McKinney gets hit by Turpin, and that will surge the bottom line ahead. Martinez to the lead in the Burnt Rubber Racing Warehouse machine. Down the back straightaway we go. McKinney getting pushed by Turpin. Here comes Andrew Cootie. I already said earlier on in the show he would be one to watch. Started back outside the top 20. There he is in third. Getting pushed by Tyler Coleman. He'll surge ahead of the 84 of Gio Turpin. Gonna get momentum off the corner. Blocked by the 48. He'll take that push straight to him. That will keep Martinez in front. McKinney in second. Now Cootie will push him ahead. Those two on the outside breaking away. They're both clear of McKinney on the bottom. Andrew Cootie to second. Strategizing his move for the lead here. Off of turn 2. He'll have an opportunity to jump downstairs and get around this 48. He's going to stay attached to his bumper. Pushing hard down the back straightaway. Cootie still locked on. You can only push for about a lap, maybe a lap and a half before you start to get to a dangerously high oil and water temp as the Michigander. Connor Asbel dropping down low. Martinez will throw the block. Cootie with no help on the outside. Thinking back, now he's going to get a push from Coleman. Asbel pushing the 48 of Martinez. As Martinez will hold the lead. Cootie with the momentum into 1 and 2. He'll have the nose in front. Side by side, neck and neck for the race lead. 2 by 2, 10 rows back. And then the field split off into a second and third pack. Something you will see pretty commonly here is one car dropping down low. And will go to the back of the pack, thinking this racing is a little too sketchy for him. He'd rather be behind, watching in the catbird seat to avoid any incident that may happen up in front. And I think that's a good decision because these guys are getting pretty racy pretty early. Cootie off turn 4, leading the race. Him and the 11 will pull ahead of the number 48 of Martinez. Down into 1 and 2. They're both clear if they want to get down. A big server lag in 1 and 2. Cootie will drop away from the 11. He'll get instead in front of Flop on the 48. Those 3 with Asbel will pull ahead of the rest of the field. Cootie taking his momentum to the front with wherever he goes. Each line that he pulls in, gaining momentum as the 72 of Asbel will look up high. Top shelf in 3 and 4. Help from the 11, not really. Coleman can't quite get to his bumper. They come up a turn 4. Andrew Cootie will lead another one. You see Dominic Barbagallo down in the apron. Not sure what he's doing there. Dropping to the back of this pack, I would assume. As the 6 of Cootie will go up to block Asbel into 1 and 2. Dropping down in front of Martinez. That was aggressive. Look at what Andrew Cootie sees through his mirror. Off of turn 2, Martinez helping him. Here comes a big run from the 72 above. He'll move up to block. Asbel will take that momentum and give a big shot to Cootie into 3 and 4. Martinez has the nose ahead here, but Cootie will carry that momentum from that push from Asbel off of turn 4. And he will probably get back clear before we get to the start-finish line. There he is out in front. Cootie might drop down, decides against it. 6 with the 72 as they're both going to get clear of the 48 in the 1 and 2. Asbel stretching those 2 cars out ahead of the 11 by a car length or so. Tandem drafting away from the pack. 20 laps into the race. Big push is coming as the 48 and the inside lane sink deeper and deeper outside of the top 5. As it's Cootie from Asbel, Coleman, Denton, Juan Escamilla into the top 5, and Jason Brady, Greg Kalhoff, all before the 48, who is now dropped all the way to 10th as Asbel looks to the inside of Cootie. Cootie with the side drop, Asbel with no help, and that's where you don't want to be. Oh, Big move being made, and the caution flag is out. Looks like a wreck back in the second pack. So the caution is out for the 4th time today. We'll see what happened if it involved a car in the back of this pack. It looks like it did. It was the 15 of Ethan DeWeldy going around. And if iRacing would just freaking load his car in, we could see what happened to him. Apparently not. I mean, he is definitely loaded in. There he is. So DeWeldy, all the way on the inside while we were on board with Cootie. Shot down to the inside, trying to get on board with him and see what happened there. Behind Coleman, who was involved in the spin earlier. Like a big stack up on the bottom, gets into Coleman, gets hit again, and decides instead of hitting Coleman, he's just gonna curve it down to the apron. Spins back and forth 3 or 4 times, saves it, and then spins around up onto the apron, back onto the banking, and down again. See if we can get a better view. If he got turned or if he tried to keep it off of Coleman. So that's Belsha behind him. There's the checkup. Does get hit by Belsha. Doesn't spin him around quite, but gets into the grass. The 4 car almost goes around as well. Goes left, right, left, and that's when he spins out for good. Almost comes up and collects the 29 of Dylan Pass. That is not what you want to see early. A car spinning back up onto the banking, or onto the banking in front of you from the apron is pit cycles on through, and some new faces up in the front of this pack. John Lynch will take the race lead. The cars that just pitted will come off of turns 1 and 2 back onto the banking. We'll take a break here. 4th caution of the night, lap 23 of 100. Here from Daytona in the Shui Media, Daytona 250. Start off season 3 for SRL.
Boundless makes its presence felt. It will not be ignored. We're helping turn ideas into reality with a wealth of building products that take every architectural style to the next level. This is what it's like to imagine, build, and transform anything we want into exactly what we seek. This is what it means to be boundless.
Once again, welcome back, race fans, to the World Center of Racing, Daytona International Speedway, as we get set for our second on-track activity today.
Racing requires everything that you've got. Climbing into NASCAR on Sunday, it feels like you're getting ready to go into battle.
When I hit that ignition switch, that car fires up. It's one of the best things in the world.
You saw there the Highline Racing League Season 17 still running strong and produced by David Kurtz here on FTN. Thursdays after the IORA Cup Series, as under that break the field chose Andrew Cootie chose the bottom from second. John Lynch, the control car on the top. Green flag is back out, and we are underway. After the fourth yellow of the race, a slow start to tonight's affairs as the 6 of Cootie will jump up and block. That would be Cole Denson in third. The 46 goes back down in front of Asbel. John Lynch will cover and take the lead. Off into 1 and 2. It's a gear up into 5th. Asbel going to the outside. Side drafts Cootie. Gets up in front of the 45 or the 46. And he will not really do anything quite yet with that run. Big wiggle from Lynch off of turn 4. The 72 powers his way off 4. Will Lynch block? No, he will not. Asbel with a huge run. Coming to the line, Connor Asbel will lead that lap. And 1 and 2 to 72 stretches out a bit, does not have the car up on his bumper from that push on his bumper from Denton in the 46 off of turn 2. He will slip all the way back behind Coleman to 4th. Martinez on the inside trying to get ahead of him for that 4th spot. Andrew Cootie to the outside for the race lead to 3 and 4. The 11's going to go with him. Whoa! The 11 into the wall. Slipping back. Does he get wrecked? He stays up on the outside. Here comes Brower to push him. That might end up working out for him. We'll see if he can get a run here off of turn 4. Through the tri-oval, Andrew Cootie led that lap. Oh, he almost gets turned. Big save from Cootie. Connor Asbel behind him. John Lynch, just the leader down on the inside, watching those guys on the outside fade away. Turn 2, Cootie's going to get a big run here. Guys trying to make that outside line work. The 11 shuffled out, stuck in the middle, outside the top 10 now. As Asbel will try and get back to the back end of Cootie. The 48 of Martinez gave a huge push to Lynch down the back straightaway, got them in front. Here's Blaze McKinney, the race sponsor, up on the outside trying to lead some laps. Gonna get a big run here, no block from either the 48 or the 90, and Blaze McKinney will drive the lead with a huge push from Cootie. Maybe get a tandem draft with him, get locked onto that bumper, push him away from the rest of the pack, as one car will drop down to the inside and out of the pack. I believe that's Glenn Bundren. Does not want any part of this lead pack. He's going to sit on the apron and get up behind them, as Cootie looks to the outside in the 3 and 4, trying to get around McKinney. Off of turn 4, McKinney stretching that lead out, getting pretty far out in front. I think Asbel's going to get a good enough run here, trying to get up in front of Cootie. Can't do it. He's got a push from Trevor Haley. No name in this front pack, as Asbel will get in front of Cootie now, but so will McKinney, trying to control this race. Haven't had one car really control the front so far as we approach lap 30 of 100. Not really enough time to get this field sorted out, and the dominant cars to the front. Now the 72 is going to take that 87 away from the inside line. 45 of Jason Brady in 5th, the 11 of Coleman in 6th, all clear of Cole Denton leading the bottom. Matthew Brower in 7th, trying to get away from the leader of the inside line now. Off into 1 and 2, Blaze McKinney still holding strong. That bottom line starting to gain some momentum back. Jason Brady on the bottom, getting pushed from the 07 of Brower, and the 46 locked on a 3-car tandem. Now, it may look small, but those guys are going to be able to do big things if they can stay locked on, but they get separated. Cootie's going to drop down, though. He sees the vision. Off of turn 4, big push coming from Trevor Haley. Andrew Cootie to the front. As just as fast as it disappeared, the bottom line is back, and those two trying to go to the front. McKinney with the push from Asbel will stay in front. Off of turn 2, McKinney nearly even with Cootie. Asbel looks to the bottom. McKinney will drop down. The 11 car. Coleman back up to lead that line. After dropping back, he's found himself back up to the front. Cootie looking to the outside of Asbel. You see that 87 is going to jump up and block him. Push the 87 clear of the rest of the field along with the 11 in tow. That bottom lane will fall back again. Down the back straightaway, Cootie not looking to make a move here. Bottom line has really dropped off. The 72 all the way back in 7th. Pit road. Those two are going to go a lap down. That's Xander McKinney and one other car, I believe the number 4 machine on the bottom. They will go one lap down. As Asbel and Cootie are going to get linked up. Cootie throwing some huge blocks. Cootie's going to get hung out there, though. That block didn't work. Look at the front end damage on that 6 machine from giving big pushes. The 72 is going to go to the front. Cootie will slip back to the grass. Does Matthew Brower to try and help him out. Two very aggressive drivers. I think those guys are going to find themselves back up in the front pretty quick. The 11 of Coleman as well seems to be having a pretty quick car. He was towards the back, in the middle of the field just a couple laps ago. He's back up in the front. Cootie's going to get linked up with him. Brower and Denton as well. The 45 of Brady gets a block. Barely gets down in time to take that push from Coleman. 72 of Asbel as well will bounce off the into 3 and 4. Oh, Asbel almost gets turned. Cars on the outside. Starting to get a little squirrely as well as they come across the stripe. It's Trevor Haley and the number 25 will go to the point. Jason Alexander in the 10, he'll go to the outside. He's moved his way to the front now. The gap is opened up. He's going to get pushed out in front. Right up against the outside, that's McKinney pushing him. Haley has help from Asbel, the 45, the 11, and then Cootie back in 5th on that bottom. Catching up to Juan Escamilla, almost about to get lapped. It looks like he had to pit after he stayed out. Like I said, that's going to make it a lot farther, and I think he had to pit. Might have lost the draft. .45 gets split out on the outside as the bottom lane fell apart, or the top lane fell apart very quickly through 1 and 2. Trevor Haley on the bottom, catching Dominic Barbagallo, another car that looks to just have fallen out of the grass of the draft for the lead back. He's going to get put 1 lap down. The 25 of Haley through 3 and 4 will lead Asbel around that lap machine. Cootie's going to pull up 3 wide. Barbagallo not going to get out of the way. He's going to stay on the bottom, force this pack to go around him. That's going to get him really split up. Brower leading this group. That's the gap from 3rd to 4th. And 1 and 2, Brower's going to get a big run here. And someone, let's watch Alexander. He's going to get a push here from Blaze McKinney. These guys are going to come flying up to the race leader. So is Andrew Cootie. See what these guys do with this run. The 3 and 4, the 07. Brower there as well. Look at how fast Cootie's going to roll up on him. 200 miles an hour to the center of the corner, the slowest part of the track. So they go to the outside. Brower with Cootie, blocked from Haley. Brower to the inside. Cootie's going to stick with Haley. Haley getting a push from Cootie, getting off-centered. That's a dangerous thing to do with this car because the bumper is not square. You get on the corner of those bumpers, that's going to send you sideways to 15. DeWeldy, who spun earlier on up into this lead battle, pushing Haley, which I believe is his teammate. You see that similar number. Whoa! Almost turned him. Some of these guys seem to have a big problem with hitting the apron off turn 4, and that almost got this field in trouble. The 25 of Trevor Haley will stick in front. Off into 1 and 2, Cootie with the momentum. Bottom line and top line even as could be. Cootie stretching out in front now with a huge push from Coleman. Saw that 6 getting pretty unsettled as he drops down in front of Trevor Haley. Andrew Cootie will assume his position as the race leader. Off of turn 4, the 25 looking a little high. That right rear cuts back down. He's going to stay behind Cootie as one car peels off into the pits. He's done. He cannot make it any further. So maybe we'll see some cars pitting here as the 11's going to get shuffled out of line again, just as he made it back to the battle for the lead. And he might get squished into the wall. He's hitting the wall. Really slow. And to the back. Man, he went to the middle of the field last time. 10th, 15th. He is way out of things now. 27. Womp, the 11. Looks like it's just not his day right now. He's in the time a run, so he gets to the front right before he gets sent to the back like the first 2 times. So he can battle for the win. Andrew Cootie leading this pack. Haley on the bottom. Look at Alexander. Oh, he's getting squirrely. McKinney all over his bumper. That's going to get even sketchier with the 25 in front of him. Off into 1 and 2, the 25 will take the lead. He's going to take him and the 10 machine down to the bottom. Alexander not going to go with him. He's going to get to his outside. That side draft on the right rear corner panel on this car is so strong. You can see how he pulled him. Into 3 and 4, the 10 car will take the lead. Across the line this time, Cootie will fall back to 4th from the lead, and the 10 of Alexander out in front. That bottom line really stretching out here. 3 wide, a little further back on the top, and that's just going to drop those guys all the way back out of the picture. It's that 14 machine of Michael D. Kenner in 7th. He's the first car on the outside as the 87 of McKinney will push the 10 out in front. Haley 3rd, Andrew Cootie 4th, Ethan DeWeldy in 5th. John Lynch 6th, Matthew Brower 7th. Brower will shoot up high. I don't know if he got hit there or he meant to be so aggressive on it. Down the front straightaway, the short chute into 1 and 2. The top line starting to form up once more. 42 laps complete of this race, and I think green flag pit stops near. The turn 2. It's Brower. Oh, 1 car down to the inside. Michael Wolf sliding. He saved it. Bouncing through the grass. Back up onto the track, on the banking. He's not going to get checked up enough. Oh, save it, brother, save it. He does save it. Wow. What a sketchy ride for the 22, and in just like that, he is out of the draft. Let's ride aboard Michael Wolf here. Better view would be from the back bumper. Got a big push coming. He goes, oh man, he just goes up. So that view that I was on was not the best. He just goes straight up into Asbel. Saves it. Internet has an issue his internet has an issue. Gets back rolling, has a chance to get up. Doesn't, but stays on the apron and slides. Puts it into third gear. Bangs the chip for a second. And finally gets it rolling. He is 25th as some cars peeling off into pit road, it seems. These guys are going to get battling. And now the outside lane is the dominant line here in this front pack as these guys keep switching up, switching lanes, switching speeds. The pace is still very high as the leader's carrying 199 into 1 and 2. A lot of complaint about this car through iRacing and in real life, but man, in iRacing it sure is fun to see those runs build up higher than almost any other car on the service. 207, 208. Definitely been known to be seen on this car, this combo. And that's it. That makes for some really interesting racing, some really exciting racing, and some really big crashes, big runs. Just into the short sheet or into the finish line. That little stint, I guess you could call it a straightaway. Not really a front stretch though. Is Michael Kenner, the newest competitor for the race lead position. These guys, most of the guys up here have been up here for a while, but the 14 just now finding himself up in the front. No laps led. Started 22nd. Led last time by. Of course, that's not updated. It's now Connor Asbel back to the lead, but the 14 will jump underneath him, and he'll take the lead back. Will he slide up? No, the 48's going to go with him instead. Into 1 and 2, the 14 will pull that lead up in front. Asbel dropping back to the bumper of the 4, trying to keep him afloat. They'll slip back to 5th, 46 laps complete. That top line is basically disappeared as you see this second pack. Let's look at these guys trying to work together to run down the race leader. Spencer Morris leading this pack. These guys have decided they want to run the outside. I don't know if that is the move. And it looks like they're going to try and jump down. Aaron Schugold, Corey Lyles, your 2 front row sitters. Second and third in this pack, trying to pull these guys up to the front, but they lost a bunch of time that lap. Almost a second. They are 9 seconds behind the race leader. About 6 seconds behind Ryan J. Rose here, the 58 machine. This guy is the last car in this lead pack, which is basically just one line as well now. So these guys are probably going to pick up the pace now that they're just snaking around trying to make it to their green flag pit stop, which should be coming up soon. Across the stripe this time, Michael D. Kenner leading this pack, and as the field calms down, it'll be time for a little break here as we're nearing halfway. Down the back straightaway they go. See 2 cars trying to get that outside lane started. I think it is the 17 of Barbagallo, who is a lap car. That really isn't any benefit to him. Barbagallo put a lap down early. I'm not sure what happened to him. He's actually 5 laps down. Might have been involved in an accident. But he's side drafting with the 15 of I believe the 15 machine is Coelho. And that could get this pack split up. He'll drop behind him. Andrew Cootie back there as well. That's P11. Cootie up in front earlier on. Led 8 laps today, but he was pretty dominant force. He's dropped back, simmered down to 11th as this pack continues to run single file. These guys all understand the memo. I think it's this time they all know they just want to get this run over with, get to the end, they can start racing again. As they come across the stripe, 50 laps complete. From the World Center of Racing, the 14 of Michael D. Kenner, Nicholas Martinez in tow. Off of turn 2, Gio Turpin in third, Matthew Brower fourth, Trevor Haley fifth, Keelan Balsha in sixth, Connor Asbell seventh, Cole Denton in eighth, Jason Alexander ninth, and Blaze McKinney in 10th, all single filed out. And here they come. On to pit road. That is a huge gaggle of cars. Oh, around goes Floppa. Nicholas Martinez is going to go for a slide into pit road, reminiscent of Denny Hamlin just today in the Cup Series race. He gets it rolling. Looks like the 10 of Alexander slid his box. You see him in reverse. Not what you want to be doing here on the... Whoa, watch out. Oh, my goodness. One car was in the grass way down on pit road. Was that Caleb McKinney? As these guys are going to come off of pit road, what was McKinney doing over there? How did he end up there? Like, oh, he's trying to pit, and he runs right into the 87, which I would assume is his, relative, given the same last name. Almost collects Martinez coming across, and that was just about as terrible as it could have gone for that group coming in. The rest of the field will come in here. It's Cootie, DeWeldy, the 66 of Barnacle as well, Malachi Drake. In with them, Spencer Morris and Aaron Schugel, the group of the next car coming in. Those guys are all going to pit as well. Corey Lyles in that group. Again, those two pole sitters, first and second in that second group, they'll all come in here. And this is a big, big pit stop. These guys can make up a lot of time right now. You see those guys out on the track right now. Ethan Doelty, the race leader. Here comes Malachi Drake out of pit road, making up some spots. Here's Michael Kenner, the race leader, coming into pit road. He should easily be the race leader off of this pit cycle as well. There is Cootie, Ethan Doelty right ahead of him. And these guys are going to fly by. Only 3 cars that made it into a pack. And that's going to make for some exciting racing in just a couple laps, because these guys cannot keep up a pace that the leaders can. Off of turn 4, Kenner Turpin, and that's Riley Marabello in third. That is not a lead lap car behind him. That's the number 4 of Rodney Roberts. He's 4 laps down, tagging along with this lead group. And these guys are 2 seconds ahead of the leaders. We'll just ride on board with Marabello here. We won't have to switch off his camera because this gap won't take him very long to cut through. He's already made up 0.2 of a second. Oh, but he's getting passed. Roseshoe to the inside, shuffles him out of the line. Pretty not productive move there, but it will put Roseshoe onto the podium. As you hear him just all over the loud pedal, but every time that little hiccup happens, he's getting pushed. Cole Denton is all over the rear bumper of Roseshoe, drops off of him a little bit. Into 1 and 2, off of 1 and 2. The 98's going to jump out of line as Denton evidently was getting hot. He needs some temp. He's going to get pushed by Asbell now. Whoa, almost turned him. Blaze McKinney was on his bumper. On board with the 87, these guys are going to get an absolutely huge run They got to get linked up, and they are linked up right now. That's only 7 or 8 cars, though. Man, that big group that came into pit road, just a terrible sequence for guys like Martinez, Jason Alexander, who missed his box. Caleb McKinney, 15 seconds off of the race leaders. And this 14 and 84 of Turpin are about to get swallowed up. They've only got a second back to Denton now. But that group can't really get linked up. They've kind of slowed down. I mean, they're still gaining time, but not by that much. These leaders are doing a good job, but this can't stay this way forever. This won't work. See how long it takes this group to make up the time needed to get into the draft, which I think just happened, as Denton is within 8/10. He's going to start getting the draft off of that 4 machine, and he is going to absolutely fly when he does that. 200 miles an hour, 201, 202, 203, 204. Connor Asmo hit 206, and they're going to go 200 through the whole corner. A huge run. Will Kenner block? I don't think you can. Down the back straightaway, tucking in line. They're not even going to make a pass. Wow. So they took that run and decided not to do anything with it. They're just going to ride in line. They want to make it to the end. And I like the vision here, but it does put on some nodding off racing. And so these guys are just going to run single file here. They're just going to take their time. They're going to save their fuel. They're going to save their car. Trevor Haley leading this gaggle of 5 or 6 cars. These guys are not riding in line or taking it easy. They are racing very hard. That's Keelan Belcher on the outside of 2 wide with the 35 of Connor Downey. And that is really not what you want to be seeing out of the windshield of, say, the 48 or the 10. You want to catch that lead pack and get up racing with those guys that you've been battling with all day. But the group that you're with just can't keep it together. They need to make up 0.8 of a second, and they are not the only ones worried. 15 seconds behind is another group of nearly 20 cars trying to catch the leaders. These guys are more unorganized than the last, because they're going to make a pass on their leader right there. That's the 58, dropping all the way to the back. Ryan Rose leading this group now will be the 56 and the 91 again. Those 2 guys have they won their duels, and they've just been dominating the race for the lead of the second pack. Tells me if they were in that lead pack, they would be doing good things right now. They cannot seem to stay away from the lead, but just they're not leading the right pack. As the leaders go single file, coming across the line this time, we will enter lap number 60 as Matthew Brower is going to drop a lap down. Bad pit stop for him. 59 laps will be complete across the line this time, and so we will take a break as the leaders cool off. We'll be back with you for the last, call it 35 laps or so of the Shoei Media Daytona 250, the season opener for the SRL Cup Series.
This message is brought to you by the rebrand of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This publication may not be reposted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. NASCAR Camping World Ford F-150. NASCAR Xfinity Ford Mustang. NASCAR Cup Series Next-Gen Ford Mustang. Arca Menards. This has been the publication of the redesign and rebranding of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This message may not be reposted, republicated, or rebroadcasted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. Thank you, and thanks for your time.
Boundless makes its presence felt. it will not be ignored. We're helping turn ideas into reality with a wealth of building products that take every architectural style to the next level. This is what it's like to imagine, build, and transform anything we want into exactly what we seek. This is what it means to be boundless.
Once again, welcome back, race fans, to the World Center of Racing, Daytona International Speedway, as we get set for our second on-track activity today.
Racing requires everything that you've got. Climbing into NASCAR on Sunday, it feels like you're getting ready to go into battle.
When I hit that ignition switch, that car fires up. It's one of the best things in the world.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Coming off of turn number 4, back alive from Daytona, lap 66 in the books here. Michael D. Kenner still the race leader. 19th lap led this pack here. The leaders finally starting to get a little racy. Blaze McKinney making a pass for third on that 46 machine. Of course, the 4 lap car was right up in the mix. Now we look a little further back. Trevor Haley, 48 of Nick Martinez, Keelan Belsh, Connor Downey. These guys have not made up any time. They have lost 4 seconds to the race leaders since we took that 5 or 6 or so lap break. So it's not going too good for these guys. The gap has stayed pretty much the same. Oh, sorry, the gap has gotten much worse for these guys back here. This pack has finally gotten in line, you know, trying to run the leaders down, but they are not doing it, because the leaders are doing the same exact thing as them. These guys running at about 192. The leaders also about 192, but now they're starting to get racy. They're going to shuffle out that lap car of Rodney Roberts through the middle. 2 lines, 5 on the outside, about 6 or 7 on the bottom, as now McKinney's going to start to control this race. Throwing some blocks, throwing some haymakers as the car behind him. That would be Cole Denson trying to peek on the line and make a move. Aswell on the bottom. Led some laps as well today. He's down on the apron. Oh, he gets turned almost. Keeps it together. The field really breaking up now. Oh, McKinney. Oh my gosh. What a save. Oh, he blames McKinney who will take the lead. Let's get a little replay. As McKinney gets a bad push from the 46, corrects it back up in front of the 46, tried to come back up in front of him. Wasn't quite clear, but everyone makes out unscathed. The second pack. A in the back. There's a 38 machine. The last car in this group, the 22. Both of those guys have been involved in spins earlier on. Malachi Drake was in the lead earlier on in this race, but not so much anymore. Those guys are 20 seconds away from the leaders. Big block by McKinney. Man, he is playing chicken with some of these guys. Lap 69 comes to a close. 30 to go, and I don't know if Blaze knows how many laps are left, because he is racing like it is the final stages of this race. I mean, I guess you could say it is, but McKinney is pushing the limits right now. Through down the back stretch and into 3 and 4, the race leader is now Sam Brochu. He has not led a lap today. Out in front now, he will not lead a lap because that bottom line gave him no help. And it's going to be the 11 car back to the lead. Well, I mean, he could pretend it's the lead. All 3 of those cars in front of the 46 before Lincoln on a lap down. The number 11 of Tyler Coleman, who had a bad hit sequence, lost the draft, could not get attached to any of those packs behind them, is a lap down. Juan Escamilla is the next car a lap down. He is 3 laps down. I don't know where this pack is. These guys are on the front stretch. Rodney Roberts is another 3 laps down. Trevor Huff is 4 laps down. Dominic Barbagallo 4 laps down. Barbagallo, Roberts, and Coleman leading this race by not being on the lead lap. Sam Brochu will get his lap led, as Myra Bello will push him out in front. Maze McKinney will push those guys way out in front, as Cole Denson dropping way back, almost out of the pack, saved by Cootie. This lead pack continues to ride around pretty calm. Those lap cars, especially the 11, would love for a caution to come out right now, because he is almost on the lead lap. Just needs a caution, he can stay out, get it back. The first car a lap down is Matthew Brower, however, for the first car being scored as a lap down is Matthew Brower. If they're all 1 lap down, then it is Tyler Coleman, who is the would be the free pass machine. Oh, no. He's in front of the leader, so he is behind Matthew Brower. How confusing is that? So we got a lap car leading the race who is behind the 07, who is also a lap down. Some funny stories going on here, is now the 17 of Barbagallo, who is 3 laps down, is going to lead the top line, try and haul these guys up to Sam Brochu. Mirabello on the bottom. 73 laps in the books when they come across the line this time by. There's your race leader, Sam Brochu. Take a check back into Trevor Haley here, leading this group with Martinez Alexander and a couple others. 13 seconds off of the race leader. Doesn't look like it's going to end in smiles and celebration for any of these guys. Aaron Schugel, same for him. Him and Lyles again, the dual winners. Promising day. But as this pack gets sorted out, they are 16 seconds behind the leaders, and pitting again. It's going to be Glenn Bundren and Casey Kevin with a lap car. Not sure who that is, but Bundren's on in, and that means that the leaders are going to have to pit as well. See when they get that done. Off of 3 and 4, a couple guys trying out the outside, testing the waters. One car's going to come down on the pit road. That is not going to work. He's going to have no friends. Off a turn 2, that outside, getting some help now, getting even with the inside. Those guys might be able to pull the lead off of turn 2. Well, technically they are because they're passing lap cars. So Connor Asbell into the lead ahead of the 98, the first lead lap car on the bottom, with help from McKinney and Michael D. Kenner. The 11 still holding strong on the bottom though, but these guys have got to getting tired of these lap cars, kind of being a nuisance right now. They can just get up and race for position, but they've got to stick behind the lappers. And those two are going to slow this line down, and the top is going to pull away. 3 cars on the outside, clear of the 2 lappers on the bottom. Asbell, McKinney, Kenner. 1, 2, 3. Asbell will drop down. McKinney will not go with him. It's going to be a mistake for Asbell. He's going to get swallowed up immediately. McKinney already clear. McKinney almost gets turned again, but it's becoming a regular occurrence now. Getting some pretty sketchy pushes, but holding on to them as the 14 of Kenner is just locked onto that bumper, but he's getting on the left rear of him and pushing him where you don't really ideally want to be pushed. They come off a turn 4, the 14's going to get off of his bumper. We'll see if some of these guys decide to drop down into pit road soon, because I don't think they can make it. Oh, big server spike there. On the front stretch into turn 1, McKinney out in front of the 14, the 46, and the 72 of Asbell. Gio Turpin is the 5th place car behind this gaggle of lap cars. He can see the guys he's trying to race, but he's blocked by a wall of lap machines. Guys, of course, and they want to race. They want to be in the lead of this pack in case they get a caution. I don't know if we're going to get a yellow. This stage of the race, these guys are just driving so smooth right now. They're doing everything right to guarantee everyone in this pack a good finish. It's exactly what they want. They do not want Haley or Martinez or these guys leading this group have a chance at them. However, they are making up a bunch of time. 45.2 was basically the consensus lap time for this group of lap cars. Or 45.2 is that's their best. So let's check their real last lap. Their real last lap time is going to be 10 seconds. I don't think that's right. These guys, okay, you get the picture. They're making up a lot of time. Trevor Haley has made up almost 3 seconds just these last 2 or 3 laps. So this race might not be over because this pack is not working together at all how they should be. They've kind of gotten separated away from each other. They aren't pushing as hard as they were. They're kind of making passes, but kind of not. And as they come into 1 and 2, they continue to lose time. Aaron Schugel leading the second pack. He is 10th, is inside of 10 seconds nearly. You see that gap on your screen right now, 10.33. 9 seconds off of Andrew Cootie down the back straightaway. And the caution's out. That is exactly what this lead pack did not want to see. Yellow flag. I'm not sure what it's for. And it looks like it's Trevor Haley, who was one of the leaders of this group. So these guys got a caution they needed, but some of them didn't exactly want to know. They were on pit road, so we might have seen a pit road wreck here. Here's Trevor Haley. He's leading this group. Schugel's on the outside, so Schugel was the leader of this pack. The 25 is going to come on to pit road, so it's not him wrecking. But it was in this pack, I believe. Really wish my iRacing would just short to incident. For some reason it doesn't, and it won't load in these cars. How infuriating. Like these guys are running all clean. Only 8 or 9 cars in the field. Oh, there it is. Trevor Huff into the wall. Spencer Morris into his teammate, turns him around as Trevor Huff a lap car. That is exactly what he did not need, and it might be possible for him to come back now with all that damage. Get one more look at it there. There's a double zero. The single zero on his car just gets into the left rear of Huff. Out into the 18, spins the 18 around. Not a smart thing to be doing to your teammate as a lap car, especially when you're in the back of the pack like that. No real purpose. It's a bad push. And that will give everyone the chance that they need to get back to the lead pack and get their laps back. And most importantly, pit. They will not have to worry about taking fuel for the rest of this race. The 87 comes in the race leader. He will not come out the race leader. He takes 4 tires. Trevor Haley out on the track right now. He pitted, remember, right before the caution came out. And so a couple of these guys that pitted by themselves are actually exactly where they wanted to be. But Trevor Haley is the first car on the lead lap in this group. Will be scored the leader. Michael Wolf in that 22 all the way back there. Looks like he's going to be scored in second. Michael D. Kenner will be the first car off of pit road. That shakes things up. That puts some new faces up in the front of the pack. We will restart with under 20 to go. Race got a whole lot more exciting just now. Field will exit turn 4. They'll get the choose cone this time. Those lap cars ahead of the race leader will get the wave around. You see 63 of Kalhoff and a couple other lap cars going by. Field will get the choose cone here. No, they will not get the choose cone here, so we'll take a quick break. 2 laps to green. Here at Daytona, the pace car light's still on. Dewey 250 now in the closing stages. 19 laps to go. We'll restart with 17 to go from Daytona. And the lead pack of 9 cars just became 30 or so. We're going to have a very, very exciting finish.
Boundless makes its presence felt. It will not be ignored. We're helping turn ideas into reality with a wealth of building products that take every architectural style to the next level. This is what it's like to imagine, build, and transform anything we want into exactly what we seek. This is what it means to be boundless.
Once again, welcome back, race fans, to the World Center of Racing, Daytona International Speedway, as we get set for our second on-track activity today.
Racing requires everything that you've got. Climbing into NASCAR on Sunday, it feels like you're getting ready to go into battle.
When I hit that ignition switch, that car fires up. It's one of the best things in the world.
field makes their way down the back straightaway on lap 83. The pace car lights are still on. Did not get the choose cone last time by, so some confusing things going on here. Some cars are getting their laps back. Someone just blew up, I think. Someone just got some damage. And the field continues to make laps. And a bunch of cars continue to unlap themselves. Glenn Bundren, one of the leaders, he is the last car on the lead lap right now. And there's a bunch of guys one lap down right here who I don't really know what's going on. John Lynch in the 90 is a one lap down as well. He is in front of the field behind the pace car, has not been waved around the pace car. Another car is going to come around and get his lap back here. I'm not really sure what is the hold-up. Maybe the field will choose this time by. And they will. 45 and the 76 will stay inside. And the 22 of Michael Wolf and the 72 of Asbel will go outside. You have Turpin is in 5th. We'll go through the field. See where everybody's at. Trevor Haley, the race leader, of course. Michael Wolf will restart 2nd. McKinney in 3rd, or Caleb McKinney in 3rd. Connor Asbel in 4th. You have Turpin in 5th. Sam Brochu line up 3rd outside in 6th. Cole Denton will line up 8th on the outside. Ethan DeWeldy will line up 7th. Down on the bottom, Riley Marabella will line up 10th. Jason Alexander below him in 9th. Corey Lyles will be in 11th alongside Aaron Schugel. If those guys can make their way to the front. Nicholas Martinez in 13th. Blaise McKinney in 14th. Jason Brady back in 15th. Drew Cootie in 16th. Aaron Barnacle in 17th. Malachi Drake in 18th. Dylan Belsha in 19th. And Dylan Pass in 20th. The rest of the field will cycle through all nearly single file. A bunch of lap cars in the back of the pack. So a long yellow flag, I believe the 5th of the night, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll go back green with 16 laps to go now. Pace car will lead the field off of turn 4. Still nearly 40 cars left in this race to decide it. 30 on the lead lap. JJ Hill is scored as the first car. One lap down. He is 32nd. So 31 cars on the lead lap. Glenn Bundren not quite in the pack right here. The pace car is off of the track and green flag is back out. Lap 85 of 100 and Trevor Haley leads the field to green. Not a good restart for Caleb McKinney. Michael Wolf is going to have a huge run off of turn 2. I expect that 22 to take the lead. Off of turn 2, dropping way back is Haley to the front. Michael Wolf dropping down. Asbel, oh, he gets turned. He saved it. Holy moly. The 72 gets turned into the wall. And they all save it. A bunch of damage to the 72 machine. Off of turn 4, the 22 will take the lead. Haley in 2nd. See what just happened. My. So the 72 of Asbel, I believe, tried to follow Michael Wolf down to the bottom. One car goes to make a move and just not clear. Tries to throw the block on, I believe that is... the 90, I'm not sure. Whoever it is away in the back of the field now. I believe that's Brochu, the 98. It is Brochu. So big mistake from Asbel will put Brochu way in the back. But it won't affect Connor Asbel. He's the race leader here. 14 laps to go. Look at this pack. Connor Asbel leads. How long can he hold this guy's off? A lot of hard charging cars behind him. Riley Marabello on his bumper. Here comes Haley. Haley looking up to the outside. He's going to push Marabello around him. Marabello to the lead. Oh, Michael Wolf gets turned. He saves it. Holy moly. Oh, Cootie into the side of Floppa. And Floppa turns Cootie into the wall. And that will bring out a caution. Whoa. Andrew Cootie and a 48 made contact. Martinez completely separate from that initial incident. Look at those guys beating and banging. Cootie, here, let's try and get on board here because we can't really. Oh, yeah. I don't know about that. Cootie sees that that machine below him, the 76 of McKinney coming up. Just overreacts a little bit, gets into Martinez, no harm, no foul, and believe that's what I suspected. Martinez burns him. Floppa earns the 6. He almost saved it, and Floppa finishes him off. So, I don't know if I can say that wasn't intentional, but I do know who can tell us if it was intentional or not. Whether you believe him or not, that's up to you. But you know, I think Floppa's due for an FTN interview. You know, we haven't had him in the booth for a while. Been the face of some controversy, you could say, on FTN. Oh, and he left the BC. Back to his chat. So Floppa, just trying to get him to join the chat room, but he has left, so we can't talk to Floppa. Unfortunately, I was kind of hoping I could get a word with him, see what he thinks about that little incident there, because I don't know for certain if it's intentional or not until you talk to the driver who did it. But Floppa leaving the chat room before we can get an interview with him. Very unfortunate. Floppa always, he's a great character to talk to. Great guy to have in the booth here. He brings a lot of energy to the chat. Maybe Floppa's in the YouTube chat. He could get a word from Floppa. It sounds like I might be hearing him talking in the Irish chat, but for fear of demonetization slash getting this video taken down, I don't want to turn that up all the way. There could be some naughty language there. Drivers who disconnected will be getting their laps back. So some of those lap cars, like the guys that were in front of the leaders under the caution, weren't getting the laps back. But the cars who disconnected will be getting the laps back. iRacing has been having a big issue with disconnections lately. Some weird things like drivers hitting pit cone, kicking cars from the race. Not sure, but we'll move on with it. So those guys going back around the pace car, getting the laps back that they lost because of internet troubles or iRacing server troubles, will get their laps back. But the guys who lost their laps just on pace, mistakes on the track, do not get their laps back. As the field comes to the choose, 16 and the 25 will line up together. Aaron Schugel up into third. He'll restart on the bottom. That's second place. Schugel won his duel. He knows how to get it done. Looks like we've got a Aaron Schugel fan in the chat here. Jackson Foimano says JFR cars looking quick tonight. Well, they actually were not looking quick at all. They weren't even in the lead pack, but now they are certainly looking quick. We'll just have to see how that goes. For them, unfortunately, now he's not with his teammate. Him and Lyles were pretty inseparable throughout this event. They aren't with each other anymore. Corey Lyles is 23rd. just around Andrew Cootie. Well, not an incident. Cootie is 25th. So we'll see if Cootie can end up at the front of this pack with 10 laps to go. The fast cars in the back of the field. This race is going to get exciting, I think. We're going to have a good finish. Still 30 cars on the lead lap, a huge pack. Going to make the race entertaining. I can't say it's going to go green. I can't say it's going to be clean. But it will be entertaining, for sure. So, we'll see how this goes. 10 laps to go. Again, still an absolutely massive field of cars hungry. A lot of these guys hungry for their first win. Some drivers trying to make a charge at a championship here, Season 3. The reigning champion not in the session, so they might not have to worry about him. And we'll see how this race unfolds now. 10 laps to go. Driver aggression is going to be max. Everyone trying to hunt to the front. A chance at the SRL season opener victory. The Shuey Media Daytona 250 is back underway. 10 laps to go. Off of turn 4, the top 4 separated. Riley Marathon, the race leader. Haley and Alexander trying to make a move. Down to the inside goes Haley. He'll drop back into the hands of Schugel. That bottom lane is way back. Trying to build up a run. Here comes Turpin to the bottom. Michael Kenner on the bottom, losing some momentum. The 10 to the inside of the 16. Oh, he gets on his left rear. Not where you want to be pushed. The 14, no out off of turn 2. He will fall back. That bottom lane will fall back. Now they get turned up again. Turpin with help from the 25. 3-car tandeming into 3 and 4. Michael Kenner to the lead. Oh, 1 car to the wall. There they go. Brower hard into the wall. Oh, big hit for Wolf. Caution's out. And it's the big one. A shower of sparks and scraping metal. Wheeling brakes, the cars and the remainder of the pack will come to a grinding halt to avoid the wrecked race cars on the track. The 22, the 07 of Brower, Andrew Cootie. 22 took a biggest hit of them all, I think. It started with McKinney. You can see McKinney up in the top left here. Gets checked up. Up on the outside. There he is. Top left. Mobile 1 car. 76. Comes down into the 07 of Brower. That gets Brower all loosened up. Puts the 76 in the wall. Slides back down into the 86. 86 keeps it straight. Cootie gets turned by Malachi Drake. Huge hit for Brower. But look at this hit for Wolf. Oh my. Slides back down the track in front of Malachi Drake. Well, he goes inside of Malachi Drake. The Greg Kaloff missing the wreck. The 86 finally spinning out. All the way off of 4. It took him 2 corners to wreck, but he did wreck. And that was exactly what I thought was going to happen here. I didn't think this was that race was going to go green. That thinned out the pack a little bit. That took out some cars for sure. That damage is irreparable for Michael Wolf. You saw him sitting stranded on the track. No chance of continuing on for him. It's Michael Kenner, the race leader. He was up here earlier. Led almost that entire run where this lead pack was single file, just trying to make it to the end, trying to make it to the next pit stop. Here he is. Kenner finds himself in the race lead, 7 to go. Next time by will be 6 to go. I believe we will be getting the choose with 6 to go. This race will be an exciting finish. 94 laps complete next time. It's all going to come down to this. The field will find their way to the front stretch. The 14 will make make one of the most important choices. He will make this race. He'll go to the bottom. Turpin will go with him. Trevor Haley's going to lead the outside. Marabello went with him. Aaron Schul with Marabello on the outside. The top 2 go to the inside, and 3rd through 5th go to the outside. Those guys like that top. I think that's going to be the lane you want, especially if that bottom can't really keep it contained. They can't keep their run in check, keep their help in check. Get stretched out. It's not going to be good. That's going to be race ending. The iRacing official Ford Mustang pace car will lead the field off of turn 4. Michael Kenner in the 14, the race leader. Trevor Haley. Both of these guys have been in the front for a big part of today. Gio Turpin, big 0 on the lead lap list. You only got to lead one of them. Riley Marabello has been in front, led 6. Michael Kenner has led 22, if I'm not mistaken, the most of anyone. And he's going to try and lead these last 5 into the restart zone. Green flag is out, 5 laps to go from Daytona. Blaze McKinney jumping to the outside. He's going to take that run from Haley. Big push, big block from Kenner. Haley looking to the outside. Haley with the help from Schugel. Schugel to the outside, splits the top 3 wide. Riley Marabello into the middle. Schugel to the back. Gonna have to jump in line right there. Oh, Gio Turpin on the apron. Around goes the 98 in front of the pack. 1 car up and over. Riding the wall. Caution flag is out. And we'll have overtime. It's the 46 of Cole Denton, who will stay on his side. He will not tip over. He'll be forced to tow. That will end his race. What happened to Gio Turpin? As a push coming from the 98, who has a car pushing him, and it's just too much to handle for the 84. He's going to come back up in front of Brochu, and the 10 gets into the left rear Brochu, who was trying to give room for Turpin, and he did. The 10 turns the 98 around, pinches the 46 into the wall. The 98 of Brochu ends up underneath him. He takes flight into the catch fence. A violent wreck. Nowhere to go for Schugel, for Andrew Cootie. The 86 involved. A lot of fast race cars. Juan Escamilla involved. A couple cars spinning behind him. The 38, who was one of the first cautions of the day. Right on board, Juan Escamilla. The back of Martinez to the back of the 4 comes out pretty unscathed. About as good as it could have gone. Right on board with Andrew Cootie. He had a good view of this. Oh my goodness. A 46 up on his side. What a remarkable crash. I can't even find him. He's not on the track anymore. Yes.
Can I get a black mirror, please?
See if we can just find the perfect view of him. Flying,
If you did, then congratulations on your black flag. But pits aren't supposed
my, oh my.
pit cycle.
What a violent crash.
If the field is driving by and it says pits are closed, then that's what
We're not going to get what I was thinking of, but next best thing right here. Not what I was looking for.
let me in.
What a violent ride. That's a broken back right there. Gliding, sparking his way from the exit of turn 4 to the banking in the tri-oval. See him there? What a heartbreaking way to end. Michael Kenner, still the race leader. Blaze McKinney made a big, daring move there. The 46 out onto the track, used his fast repair, I would assume, right there, but he's going to end up a lap down at least, as the race leaders are off of turn 4 right now. Michael Kenner still out in front. See if you can get lucky, or just keep these guys in check behind him. To the choose cone, the 14 will go high. Fakes out McKinney. He has help from the 25 of Haley. Marbello in 4th. Doweldy in 5th. Well, he'll line up 6th, actually. Gio Turpin will line up in 8th behind him. Dylan Pass will line up 5th on the bottom. He hasn't been in the front all day. In fact, I believe this is the highest he's been tonight. Lowest of 39th. He has been all over the place in that 29 car. And he sits in 5th. Showed as 7th, but he will restart 5th. Michael Kenner out in front. Continues to lead laps, 27 of them. But over a quarter of tonight's race in the dominant car. Get it done. Still over 30 cars on the lead lap. Ryan Rose in the back of the field. The last car in the pack on the lead lap will be Aaron Schugel, 32nd on the lead lap. Involved in that wreck. Trying to hunt the front. Schugel will not get it done tonight unless he has two of the most mind-boggling laps you will ever see. As the pace car leads the field off turn 4, I'm not sure how many overtime attempts we get, but I'm hoping this is the only one we can use, and this race will finish up right here. 2 laps to go. Michael D. Kenner leads the field to green. Huge stack up on the bottom. And Blaze McKinney's even with him. McKinney jumps ahead. He's going to get a big push contact. Michael Kenner down the track, loses the lead, loses second. Might lose third unless he gets a push from the 25 here. It's not over. He's going to get a huge run on the back. Watching that outside scoot away. Watch this momentum he carries in the 3. I promise you, he's going to get up. He's going to end up there. As long as someone gets down in front of him, Blaze McKinney will drop down, and the caution's out again. And you hear McKinney immediately jumping on the clutch, saving fuel. Jason Alexander was involved. See what happened. Way in the back of this pack, and I mean literally battling for third. John Lynch in front of Alexander, who comes down. He's going to turn Coleman, who is above Bundren. Hard hit. Aaron Schugel nearly misses another one. He ends up getting in it again. Unlucky. Corey Lyles underneath him. Oh man. Trevor Huff underneath him. He actually hit Huff. Huff spins it out. So another caution. We will have double overtime. These leaders can make it on fuel now. Bryn McKinney quickly to the clutch. Caution came out. Race is going to be pushed back from 100 laps to 103. I think it'll go to 104 or 105. Blaze McKinney, the race leader. Riley Marabello in second. Coach Husko this time. Phil Weldy in third. Gio Turpin in fourth. Rodney Roberts in fifth. Remember, he was a lap guard. He was actually almost 2 laps down, if I'm not mistaken. A couple of laps ago when he was riding around with the leaders. And then like he was, lead lap car. But he is on the lead lap now, and not only that, he's in the top 5. So what an impressive run that would be for Roberts, who, again, wasn't even on the lead lap just probably half the race ago. Here he is inside the top 5. They come off of turn 2. Next time by, we'll get to choose. What a race it's been. Hopefully they can get it done on this restart, get a good clean finish under green. 4 cautions, let them race. Here is Blaze McKinney, the race leader. Where will he choose? Saw how important it was. The 14 of Michael Kenner got left out. No help last restart. Is in 7th. Andrew Cootie is in 6th. With all that damage, he was in wreck 2 cautions ago. And McKinney will go outside, and the top 4 goes to the outside. And so Rodney Roberts is going to restart 2nd. I don't understand why they did that. Andrew Cootie's going to restart 3rd. That's going to put the 14 of Kenner right back up in the mix as well in 5th as Turpin goes to the outside. Arabello goes to the outside, got faked out, but Dowell and Turpin had time to react. They're committed and they like that outside lane. There we go. This field taking up the whole screen. There's still 30 cars on the track. I mean, we keep wrecking. These guys are staying tough. Aaron Schul was in the caution. He's been in just about every wreck today. He's still in it. Still dead last. Trevor Huff right with him. Those JFR cars. Not their day. 37 of Bundren. He's been in a couple as well. The 46 of Coltenton is on the lead lap. He was on his side about 7 laps ago. A remarkable comeback it would be for him to maybe get a top 20, top 15. It's definitely possible with these guys up in the pack. You never know what happens. Dominic Barbagallo was 3 laps down. He's on the lead lap. Here we go. Blaze McKinney, race leader, the control car on the outside. Rodney Roberts is second on the inside. That orange and white number 4, McKinney 87. Great flag, Marabello right on his bumper, and a perfect start for those two on the top. They will clear Roberts easily, but how far out in front do they want to get? Hootie will jump up with the 14, and Roberts is going to get sucked back. Oh, one car in the wall hard. Oh, Roberts throws a block. He's wrecking. He gets into Barbagallo. Oh, Lyles. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no, the 46 again. What just happened? Oh, and the 63 gets smoked after the caution has been out for 20 seconds.
Yeah, why the hell are you blocking?
That would be Corey Lyle screaming on the radio.
I promise I was on the brake that entire time. Why do I have to let the whole field by? They wrecked and I didn't.
So we've got some angry drivers in the chat room. This is the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen in my entire life. The 63 spins out onto the grass. It's a little bumpy. And he gets clobbered by Brochu after the wreck was over. What unbelievable sequence of events here. So let's see what happened. Corey Lyles, I believe, was the one yelling. I think because of bad block here from the number 4. Yeah, I see that actually. So the 4 of Roberts has not been up here a whole lot today. Looking for a good finish, and he gets absolutely screwed on that restart. No help. And he's desperate. I know how he feels. This run from Lyles. Lyles does not want to lose his momentum pushing the 4, so he goes to the middle. And Robert up a little bit, and yeah, that is just not a good block. That's not a good. It's the 72 involved. Geo Turpin into the wall. Look at Lyles here.
How's that work?
The 25 tries to misdirect, just turns the 18. Oh my gosh, what a flick. Look at the 41. That was the hardest hit, though. Boils. I think Lyles' hit was harder. This is the big one. That's the most cars we've seen in a wreck today. Look at Lyles, still not done wrecking. Gets hit by Turpin on the way out.
There's 2 laps to go in the Daytona Chewy Design 250. You think I'm about to pit?
Oh. And if I'm not mistaken, there is only 2 minutes left in the session. They need to get this race started. There's only 2 minutes left in the race. And the caution is out and the pace car lights are on. So whenever that timer ends, the next lap is the last lap. I'm not sure how this is going to go. Oh, the race timer just got extended and then froze by 30 seconds. So I'm just going to test. I'm sure if I'm tripping or what. So the race session is 3 hours and 30 minutes long, so yeah, the session is not over. My mistake. We got some issues here on the timing and scoring, which was telling me that there was 1 minute left in the session. So this race will finish under green because the session is 3 hours and 30 minutes long. We have not been going for 3 hours, but we have been going for 2 hours. As we're nearing 10 p.m. on the East Coast, 7 p.m. here in the Fireball Talks NASCAR booth, the West Coast booth, of course. And the 87 of McKinney will take a trip to the bottom. He's going to go to the outside, I think, again. Riley Marabello will go with them. We'll see if 17 cars Tuesday. They did it again. 4 cars on the outside. They just don't trust the bottom. And Michael Kenner is going to get another chance. This time he has Dominic Barbagallo behind him, who hasn't been in the front all day. He was laps down at one point. And here he sits, the chance at the race win. The Blaze McKinney will lead the field back to green again. Held on to the lead there. He has been in the lead for nearly as much as Michael Kenner. Michael Kenner still in the front. He's got, I hate to say, but he's getting pretty lucky now. I can't believe these guys are all too have no trust in that bottom line. And now I think I see how that could be true, because the third car on the bottom has no front bumper. That is Keelan Belcher. Number 18. His frumper is not on the car. Look at the damage on the 6 of Andrew Cootie. John Lynch with damage. He's been wrecked today. The 3 of Trevor. How did Trevor Huff get up here? Trevor Huff with a whopping job there. Corey Lyles is down on pit road. Finally out of the race there after taking some wrecks. Aaron Schugel is in 20th. So with that math, he could make it back up to the lead. He made up 10 spots nearly on that caution. So a bunch of guys have just come from the back to the front late in this race. Blaze McKinney will lead the field. The lights are on the pace car. So a race that I don't think was intended to end under the lights is going to end under the lights here at Daytona Beach. The 87 of McKinney will lead the field to green, gets a big push. This time Kenner's going to have some help, but not nearly enough. Barbagallo on his bumper. Barbagallo might try and fill that gap on the outside. Trevor Huff is going to get up the bottom lane, going nowhere. And they will drop all the way back to 5th with the 14 leading that line off of turn 2. Third green-white checker attempt. Can they get it done? McKinney leads the field. Off of turn 2, they're wrecking again. One car in the back. It's pass. I don't think that'll be caution. It won't. That'll split the field up, though. Oh, Schugel! Not clear. John Lynch. Aaron Schugel into the wall. No caution. We stay green off of 4. Here comes Ethan DeWeldy. Andrew Cootie behind him. White flag. And as the field wrecks twice on the last lap, no more cautions. The admins are saying they're going to finish this race now. McKinney leading. DeWeldy on the bottom has Cootie and Brower, and two of the most aggressive pushers in the field. That's exactly where you want to be, but you might get turned off of turn 2. DeWeldy, McKinney, door to door. McKinney's going to stretch the lead out here. Coming down into 3 and 4. McKinney almost clears, going to jump down and block. Big run coming. Huge push. Kenner to the outside to help the top lane, but they're out of it. DeWeldy to the outside, gets blocked. DeWeldy to the inside. Side by side, they door. Here comes Marabello onto the apron. Riley Marabello. Oh, he gets past. Escamilla wins it. Unbelievable. Where did he come from? Juan Escamilla. who was in the front early, he got wrecked. Early on, he's been clawing his way back up ever since. I can't believe it. Marabello thought he had it won, and Juan Escamilla comes off of turn 4 in 5th. Look at the run he got. Oh my goodness. The side draft from the 16, I talked about it earlier. So strong in this car. And he beat Marabello, who was the one he was pushing on the last lap. In the middle of 3 and 4, he is in 6th place. Delody going for it. McKinney going for it. Marabello to the bottom. Look at the momentum. No chance to block. Escamilla comes through. The 16 comes up. Gives him the side draft. Juan Escamilla is your winner. Wow. What a race. I don't know. I lost my voice. That was a tough call. Trying to be quiet. But I ended up sounding like a 9-year-old. So Juan Escamilla will burn it down. What an incredible finish. Juan Escamilla started 8th. He was in the front.
Please stick around. You don't want to miss it. We got post-race review coming up as well, just to make sure we get everything. What an incredible race, everyone. Thank you.
I hear the chat. Juan Escamilla. We're gonna get him in here. Talk to your race winner. Riley Marabello 2nd, Ethan Deweldy 3rd. Not disappointing for them, but my goodness, what a race. Juan Escamilla, let's see, there he is. Henry Calhoff Racing. Juan Escamilla, I gotta pull him up, man. I'm like 10 cats away. Where? There we go. Juan Escamilla, race winner. How's it feel, buddy?
It feels amazing, man. It feels amazing. For a second, I thought I wasn't gonna be up there because of the lag spike and that kicked all the drivers out. But with commitment and determination, I made it happen.
Yeah, well, you were, I guess, a lot of people were affected by it. iRacing servers just have not been good recently. You got wrecked earlier. Your car is not clean. But walk me through the race and more importantly that last lap.
Yeah. So last lap, I just wanted to follow where Cootie was going, but yeah. So I wanted to follow Cootie there, but he went bottom, so I just made the best off the top there. I just waited I already knew there was going to be outrageous blocks up there at the end. I just waited and hold my line and found a gap there, and I side drive the hell out of the guy on the bottom there. So, man, that was amazing.
Well, congratulations. You drove a great race. Anything else I can say? Anyone you want to thank?
I want to thank Indy Car Racing for the opportunity here in SRL. Also want to thank our sponsor, JQG Designs. They make awesome race cars, make them look nice and everything. Chrome numbers too. And all my teammates. We tried to organize together the best we could, but in the end we weren't together. But want to thank those guys, and yeah, let's go, baby.
All right, congratulations.
All right, thank you.
So there's Juan Escamilla. Ryan Marabello was just here a second ago. He came up just short. He got beat by the guy that was pushing him. Riley Marabello, it looked like you had it won, and then the guy that was pushing you ended up beating you. So how's it feel?
Not great, I'll be honest. Our number 16 racecpi.com Ford Mustang was fast all night long. Found ourselves up front in the end there. After I had taken the lead after a late caution, I was trying to work with Blaze McKinney to get the win there. One of us. Unfortunately, that was not the case though, and I don't know who won the race, but congrats to him. Kind of gutted after that one, but I'll take a second. I have won this race before. I won it last season, so it feels good to finish second, but you're the first loser, so it stings at the same time as well. But just I don't know. It stings. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I would. I don't know. Well, next week I don't know what the track is, but I'm sure you got a good shot there. Just heartbreaking, yeah.
Yeah, we got Las Vegas coming up next week. We ran well there last season, to my knowledge, so hopefully we could run well there and have a shot. but we'll just have to wait and see until next week.
All right. Well, anything else like to say?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank my teammates over at Spino Racing, Bear Polimus, Sam Brochu, John Owen Lynch. All these guys make this possible, and guys over at 219 Racing with Glenn Bundren, Blaze McKinney, Jason Alexander with PPG Esports, Adam Boyles with our dev team, and Elite Performance Industries for being on the car and providing fast setups. If you're interested in getting setups, visit racecpi.com today to get your setups built by NFR. They are the best. And yeah, just Alex for putting on this great show for all these people to watch, even though I don't really know how many people we have watching, but it really doesn't matter because it is what it is. But whoever watches, thank you. I appreciate it. All of us do.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Shout out to viewers. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, Riley Marbello. It's not the result you wanted. But he ends up second. The first loser. And it's Ethan DeWaldy who started. I gotta voice chats in this server. I gotta move him up here. Oh, I put him in the driver's meeting. Well, until Ethan DeWaldy figures out that he's in the driver's meeting, oh, maybe he. I'm trying to. There, he went back to his voice chat. Ethan DeWaldy, you gotta stop leaving the chat. I'm trying to put you back in your interview, man. Ethan DeWaldy, if you're watching, I need you to stop. Stop it. Oh my god. Alright, I'm just gonna join Paintbrush Racing. Okay, Ethan DeWaldy, finally. You're third. Looked like you might have had a shot there, but those guys came with a pretty quick run. Just walk me through that last lap.
I don't know, man. I made my move too early on the 87. Probably should have waited 5 seconds later until off before and made my move early. And then I don't know what I was thinking, but I just went up and door the 87. So apologies there, and I just completely ruined the race from there. So not a smart decision by me, but yeah, I don't really know what to say right now.
Well, we can surely hear the disappointment in your voice. Got anything else like to say?
No, just thanks to all my sponsors, 212 Simmer, Marconi Setup Shops, Spoiler Diecast, CCH Motorsports. Shout out to Andrew Cootie there at the end for working with me and being a good teammate and team owner. Shout out to Siren Creative, making my paint teams, and yeah, we'll be back next week.
All right. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
So Ethan DeWaldy ends up third. He's disappointed with that, but that's definitely a good result. 30-car field. Ended up third. Not the worst thing in the world. So that wraps things up. 250 miles. Well, it was more like 266 or something like that. We got a bunch of extra laps in there with the overtimes at the end, and it ends up with the 86 in victory lane. I believe that's his first time winning. He's sounds very excited. And race did not disappoint at all. So I've been River Page here with FTN. I'll be back every week for the remainder of this season unless something interrupts me again. David Kreutz has gone this week, so I'll be taking over for the Integrity Ignite series, and the rest of the Fireball Talks NASCAR schedule will be as normal. If you want to learn more about the Discord, more content, scan the QR code right there. Easy, you just pull out your camera and you scan it, go in the Discord. Same goes for the NASCAR news letter. Sign up today, scan that little code. Partnered with FTN, of course. Road to Pro on Thursdays. Always exciting to watch, along with every other stream on Fireball Talks NASCAR. There's really nothing like it. Thank you for everyone that tuned in. Long race, so stick around. Thank you. Hope you weren't disappointed, and next week at sounds like Las Vegas.